Now that you've seen what happened to MH370, some of the remaining questions are where the 777's wreckage lies, its state, and why it was intentionally brought to its end in a controlled ditching in the Indian Ocean. So why was it done? Well, I'll give you my guesses. Firstly, how is it proved that it was the captain who carried this out? Well, you see, it's usually the captain who orders the amount of fuel to be loaded onto any aircraft at the gate. And you will see why this matters. The 5.5 hour flight to Beijing only needed 5.5 hours worth of fuel, but it was reported that the pilot ordered little more than 7 hours worth of fuel on this flight, and the long flight south was more than 6 hours long. Some reasons for making the plane disappear could be simply to trigger a worldwide mystery or other similar issues. The co-pilot could have been told to leave the cockpit simply to give the captain a drink. Then, locking the door and turning a pressure knob was all that was needed to be the only person in control and conscious on the aircraft. During the 6.5 hour flight south, the plane was likely on autopilot, which means that after depressurizing the aircraft and making the cabin's occupants unconscious, the person in control had a completely unobstructed access throughout the entire aircraft. Do keep in mind that there's a chance that this could have played a role in why this entire maneuver was carried out. Was there something the person in control wanted to do without being seen? Now for the water landing. Just before the aircraft ran out of fuel, the person in control performed a controlled ditching of the aircraft in the water. Again, this was to make sure the fuselage was in one piece, so that nothing floatable could escape and be seen by search parties, making it seem like the plane simply ceased to exist. On touching the water, there would have been an extreme compression force exerted on the fuselage, compressing it from front to back. This likely opened certain doors and let water in at a high speed, making the plane sink. This also may have let out small pieces of seats that were recovered. They may have been broken off by being hit with a food trolley due to the high speed impact water landing. Small pieces of the tail have been found. These may have been broken off the tail by something hitting it. My assumption is the right wing. It may have torn off and hit the tail as it was the first wing to hit the water after all. The known fact that the right wing hit the water first is a known fact in the eyes of a certain investigator, Larry Vance. More on this investigator's thoughts on MH370 are in the previous MH370 video. Now, under the water, I picture the plane with either a missing or damaged right wing, a set of open doors, small pieces missing from the tail, and no engines attached to the plane. This is because the engines were likely ripped off on impact, which could have been at nothing below 700 miles per hour, making it no different from landing on concrete. The right flaperon has been recovered and will therefore not be attached to the airplane's right wing. All this someplace at the bottom of the Indian Ocean, far off the coast of Perth. I personally think that Perth might be the closest land to where the plane lies. Overall, this is my final conclusion on the disappearance of Malaysian Flight MH370. And I am definite that the plane's wreckage will be recovered in the future someday. I would like to extend my personal condolences for anybody who has lost anyone on this flight. This video holds my personal thoughts of this flight as a hobbyist investigator myself. I would like to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you get the meaning of what I'm trying to convey in this video. Thank you for watching.